Bless. It's your host, Sean Myrie, and another episode. This one is called The War in the Six, Deeper Than Music, based on The Weeknd and Drake. They're both camps. Right now, you hear a lot of things rumbling, rumors about what's been going on between them both, right? So, this is how we're going to break it down. First, we're going to talk about OvO, the label, Weeknd's label. Well, he got basically three managers. He has one named Amir Cash, right? And Wasim Slabi. Wasim Slabi, he started Capitol Records, right? Capital Profit Records, and then it was CP Records. He started it with Belly from Ottawa, a very popular Canadian rapper. Belly, now he's on Rock Nation. And then later on, he added his friend, right? And his friend is named, correct me if I'm wrong, Amir Cash, right? Amir Cash is Somalian. I'm trying to say the names right. Is Somalian. Amir Cash is Somalian. And after then, his friend Lamar Taylor, correct me if I'm wrong, Lamar Taylor. He's the creative director of OvO, right? The creative director, Lamar Taylor. So it's very, very confusing, the structure of OvO. But the Wasim Slabi, he manages many artists, including Metro Boomin, who was part of this whole beef, including Doja Cat, Nicki Minaj, even P. Diddy, Ty Dolla $ign, a whole bunch of people. Very big in the industry. They've built it up from, like I said, Capital Profit Records, and after then CP Records. What I'm seeing in back of the scenes, it really was, what you see, OvO, it's a mutation of Capital Profit Records. What started with Wasim, right, and Belly. It started with them, 2002. Belly was very big at the time that he came out, and he went to America, and now he's still in America. But he's really behind the creation of OvO as I investigate, right? So Lamar Taylor, right? That is Weeknd's close friend, right? And the other two, this is where it's gonna get. I'm trying to break it down for all of you. The beef between OvO and OvO. OvO, this is what I'm just gonna put out there. Both the managers, two of them, one is from Lebanon, and he's Lebanese, right? Wasim Slabi. The other is from Iran. So they both have Muslim backgrounds, right? They both have Muslim backgrounds. And Weeknd is Ethiopian, his background. I don't know if he's Muslim, but I wouldn't be surprised, right? So Wasim Slabi himself been doing a lot of things, a lot of networking over the years to build up basically an empire with the Weeknd as the face of it. Like I said, they manage many industry artists. They're in there doing a lot of things. It's too much to mention, right? But now when you go to OvO, it's more basic. You got Drake and 40 El Khatib, right? Drake and 40. They basically run that whole ship. And then they have the producers, Boy Wonder, T-Minus, and a whole bunch of producers, a whole bunch of artists, Roy Woods, DVSN. They had I Love Mukanin. They got rid of him. They have a whole slew of artists, Majid Jordan. The list goes on, right? So OvO is basically controlled just by Drake, right? And 40. And then he has his associates, what you see with him. But it's mostly 40 and Drake. That's it. They had OvO Radio in the mid 2000, like 2000, I think, when was that? 2015. OvO Radio. He was doing a lot of things besides just the music. OvO Radio was like a program where he would release his music with 40, right? Smart, 2015. And I think they tried to bring it back 2021. But this is the whole point of this thing, what I'm breaking down. The War in the Six. Basically, Weeknd's label started in 2011, right? Drake's label officially established 2012. But Drake was the one who wanted to sign The Weeknd. But now I see why The Weeknd did not go for Drake's deal, because the people he's with, right, basically got him the same deal with Republic. Drake's with Republic and Sony. He's with Republic and I don't know who else, but put it this way, Wasim, right? He got the hookup. He got the hookup, right? And the other guy, Amir Cash, they got the hookup. Like I'm saying, EXO is like a baby from Capital Profit Records, which became CP Records, which they sold that to Live Nation. That's how big it got, that they sold their label to Live Nation, if you know what Live Nation is. And after then, he started a whole bunch of different, sections of music business he was building. I'm talking about Wasim, which represents Weeknd, right? And Amir Cash, that represents Weeknd, and his creative director, right? Lamar Taylor, that represents Weeknd. They all have their some type of production labels under them. They all got a piece of the pie. That's EXO. So you got 3 guys plus Weeknd. So they're all really tight. They have to be, because they all are the founders of EXO. It's not one man, but the face is Weeknd. The face is the Weeknd, but it's not one man. And the people behind him, they became very powerful in the music industry. That's why you see Weeknd how big he is, right? Like I'm saying, Amir Slabi has a lot of links. He even started a Universal Arabic music section on Universal Music. Yeah, for Arabic music. Universal. So this man's doing all types of things. And you know what? They're doing all types of things, not just one man. I'm going to correct myself. It's 4 guys. Weeknd, Lamar Taylor, Amir Cash, Islamian, and Wasim Slabi. They have a big resume, almost too much to talk about. But now, let's get back now to the War in the Six, because it's that side against the other side. Drake's side is basically Drake, 40, and he got his producers, right? He got a whole bunch of producers doing things for him. And then he got his camp like Chubbs and everything like that, but not officially down on paper. When you look it up, you don't see nothing on Chubbs. Only see 40's name and Drake's name in everything, right? So now this makes sense, because Metro Boomin, right, is managed by EXO. I did not see Future. That's why people should do the research. I don't see Future as being managed by them unless it's undercover. I see Doja Cat, I see Diddy, I see Ty Dolla $ign, I see, there's all types of artists, but I don't see Future. But Metro Boomin is managed by, them, EXO. Think about it. So if Weeknd is cool with Metro Boomin, and Metro Boomin has, a beef with Drake, and there's past situations with Weeknd and Drake, not surprised they cooked this all up. They cooked this all up, but now it's in Toronto. Drake's in Toronto. Weeknd probably comes to Toronto secretly, but now it's going to spill over to home because all those individuals that control EXO are from Canada, right? Ottawa, Montreal, wherever you want to call it. And Drake's from Toronto. So they're bound to, bump heads one day. They're bound to do that. They're too big not to. So, the war in the six, there was a shooting a couple weeks, right, at Amir Cash's mansion in California. Excuse me for this. In California, his manager got shot. I mean, not manager, security. His security got shot. I'm gonna say manager. Security got shot. And recently, at Drake's mansion, the embassy, his security got shot. Too much a coincidence. Too much. It's a big coincidence. Both sides' security get shot. Drake more than once, someone's trying to, go on his property, but, that's the media, will mix things up, make people excited, and some people will take that risk, want to be famous for clout. But there was a shooting and somebody got hurt, a security guard, right? So, the war in the six is this. Weeknd started his label around the same time as Drake. I did not know, right? But Drake got more push commercially at one point, in the beginning. But EXO started in 2011, right? Drake's OvO label officially 2012. So when you look at this whole situation, even as an artist, to learn from this, what I just told you, that it takes money really to get into this industry, because Weeknd had like a whole bunch of help. It's a team. Teamwork makes the dream work. Same thing with Drake. Even though it's Drake and 40, there's Chubbs, and he got his producers, Boy Wonder, T Minus, and all the rest. It's teamwork. You gotta have a team. So the Weeknd had a team of managers, right? His creative director, Lamar Taylor, right? And Wasim Slabi, which was in the music industry from 2002 when he found Belly. And Amir Cash is Somalian, another, good friends with Belly. They're all friends. Good friends with Belly, the manager of Weeknd. And their friend, all these guys are friends. So what I look at, I'm looking more deep, right? That it's really Belly. Does Belly have an issue with Drake? You ever see Belly big up Drake? Belly at one time was the biggest rapper from Canada. Not anymore. Because when you really look at it, CP Profit Records, Capital Profit Records, was one of the first major independent urban music, hip-hop labels to come out with artists on the caliber, like going international and making noise like how Belly did. And now Belly's on Rock Nation. You don't see him as much, but he's on Rock Nation with Jay-Z. So that's to show you something. He's done songs with big artists. Belly. So what I'm trying to say is Belly's really behind a lot of this, probably. I'm not saying he's indirectly beefing with Drake, but it's from early times. Why did Weeknd not sign with OvO? Now you know. He has 3 managers. And the reason I bring up Belly, because Belly founded the label with Weeknd's manager, Weekend's manager is Wasim, right? He founded the Capital Profit record label with Belly, and that later on, down the years, transformed to EXO. So the main thing what I'm trying to say too, this is like a kind of ethnic and maybe a religious thing, disliking, because Wasim, right, and Cash are from basically the Middle East. One is Iranian and one is Lebanese, from Lebanon. And you know how, like, I'm not saying they are, but you know what's going on in the Middle East right now, right? And Drake is on the other side and 40 is on the other side. Remember that 40 and Drake are on the other side, right? And EXO managers, two of them, are on the other side. So one side has the Jewish side, one side has the Muslim side. So I would not be surprised they don't really like each other when it comes down deep, right? So you guys could look up this information yourself about EXO, because I like people to, after they take this in, to do their own research. But my research shows that The Weeknd, right, has powerful people in the music industry with him. Very powerful, right? Oil money powerful. And Drake, he has serious people behind him too. So it's kind of a battle. It's a real battle. And Weeknd's guys, it's not just Weeknd they're managing big industry people. I told you, Nicki Minaj, even P. Diddy, right? Ty Dolla $ign, some unknowns, but I don't really know them, but they're big. And the only thing though with OVO now, it's more centered around Drake. Let's be honest, there's Party Next Door. That's the only other one what's big on his label. Much respect to all the rest, but Party Next Door. I guess that was to make up for Weeknd. There was a rap what Kendrick had about him sniffing Party Next Door. Where did he get that from? So, will this continue? Will we see anything locally in the 6 between these two camps? Because clearly, they don't like each other. Some people think it was over a woman. No. It's probably a combination. Woman, money, power, influence. Right? And Weeknd has a team. Some people may say there's too much. But these guys are making some serious moves, serious money, industry power. Drake has industry power, but these guys are behind the scene. Amir Cash is Salamian, right? Wasim Slabi, right? Lamar Taylor. People, subscribe to this channel, right? I'm probably gonna make a part 2 of this, but subscribe, support your boy and the network. Bless up to everybody. This is The War in the 6, deeper than music.